Hey, what's up guys, Henry Neal here, and today we're comparing the Nokia 6.2 to the Xiaomi Redmi Note 8 Pro. Both phones released a couple of months ago. This one released in September of this year, and this one released in August of this year. I'm comparing both these phones because they are in almost the same price range. This costs 72,000 Naira, while the Redmi Note 8 Pro costs 82,000 Naira here in Nigeria. I believe in the conversion rates on your screen. But without wasting much time, let's get straight into it, and we'll be starting here with the boot up test. And there you go, the Redmi Note 8 Pro booted up first, and it's a bit faster than the Nokia 6.2. And the Nokia 6.2 is just coming up right now and should be up any second. Alright, there you go. So both phones are booted up and we're ready to go. So let's just take a look at the physical features a bit. You have the volume rockers and the power buttons on the same side. Up top on the Nokia, you have that 3.5mm headphone jack and a noise cancelling microphone, while on the Redmi Note 8 you have that IR blaster and a noise cancelling microphone. Flipping to the bottom, they both have USB Type-C charging ports, and you both have your speaker grills on the left side there. And the Redmi Note 8 has its 3.5mm headphone port on the bottom over here. They both got microphones on the bottom as well. So for both phones, they both have their SIM trays on the left, and both of them are dual nano SIMs and also come with a micro SD card expansion slot. But on the Nokia, we have an extra button here, which is for the Google Assistant. On the back, both phones have fingerprint readers at the center here, and they have different setups for their cameras. So on the Redmi Note 8, you have a quad camera setup comprising of 1, 2, 3 and one extra camera here with a flash there. While on the Nokia, it takes the Lumia style circle with 3 cameras and a quad flash. Up front, both phones use the Infinity V style display. Alright, we'll be taking the specs on both of these devices, and we'll be starting with the display here. Both phones come with an IPS LCD panel, and it's an Infinity V style panel, and both phones are 1080p. The Nokia, however, has a 6.3-inch display, comes with HDR10, and has a Gorilla Glass 3 display. For the Redmi Note 8, it's got a 6.53-inch display, it's got Corning Gorilla Glass 5 and comes with HDR, but it's not specified if it's HDR10. So both phones look really good. You would not be disappointed if you choose to go with any of these phones based on their display. So in terms of the processors on both of this device, the Nokia comes with the Snapdragon 636 processor with an Adreno 509 GPU. It's an octa-core processor. And the Redmi Note 8 Pro here comes with a MediaTek G90T processor, which is a fairly new processor from MediaTek, and it's centered towards those people who are interested in gaming. It also has a Mali G76 MC4 GPU. Both phones are running on Android 9 Pie, but this is on the Android One program, and this is running MIUI 10. Alright, so we're going to be trying some app startup times to see which of these phones perform much faster, and you be the judge of this one. And as you can see from both devices here, there are no app in memory. I'm going to be starting with the phone app here, and here we go, 1, 2, 3. So that was a bit faster on the Redmi Note 8 Pro. Still the messages, Chrome, Google News app here, and that was much faster here on the Redmi Note 8 Pro. And both of them open at the same time, but the content on the Nokia loaded much faster. Video here, and again loaded much faster on the Nokia 6.2. Facebook, much faster on the Redmi Note 8 Pro. Instagram, so opened up faster on the Redmi Note 8 Pro, but the contents loaded up at the same time. Twitter, That was much faster on the Nokia 6.2. So that's it for app opening speeds. I'm going to open up a game on both of those phones as well. Let's do Call of Duty and let's see which one opens up the game much faster. I'm believing that the Redmi Note 8 will do that much faster since it has a gaming centric processor in here. So let's go. So the Redmi Note 8 here is almost done. And here we go. And the Redmi Note 8 was actually faster when it came to game loading speeds on Call of Duty. So next up in our testing phase, we're going to be looking at memory management. Which of these phones keep their apps in memory without having to restart them? And I believe the first app was the phone dialer. So messages is next. Both had it in memory as well. Next up is Chrome. Both had it in memory. Next up is Google News. Next up is YouTube, and let's see Facebook here. And there you have it. The Nokia had to reload its content. Overall, from what we've seen here, the Redmi Note 8 Pro seems to be a bit more faster than the Nokia 6.2, and that's understandable. Even in terms of their price, you can see that the Redmi Note 8 comes in at 82,900 naira, while the Nokia 6.2 comes in at 72,000 naira. Alright, so I'm pulling up the same video and I'm going to play them at the same time so you can see the way this looks. Now check out the color on that Nokia. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is unbelievable for a phone at this price point. The colors on the Nokia just look absolutely incredible. There's something else you should notice as well. On the Redmi Note 8, the HDR thing just kicked in. I mean, and it's made the pictures look absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that these phones are sub 100,000 naira phones. I mean, they just look absolutely good. So for video display on both of these phones, I will give both phones a thumbs up. Video display here is fantastic, and both companies have done a great job in making sure that you get good viewing angles on both of this phone, great colors and very clear pictures on both of them. Alright, so in terms of the cameras, the Nokia 6.2 here comes with a triple camera setup at the rear of the device. We have a 16 megapixel main wide angle camera, we have an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and we have a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera. Up front we have an 8 megapixel selfie camera. Now for the Redmi Note 8 Pro, we've got a quad camera setup over here. Now the main camera here is a 64 megapixel wide angle camera, and you've got an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, a 2 megapixel dedicated macro camera, and a 2 megapixel depth sensing camera. Up front we have a 20 megapixel selfie camera, and that selfie camera promises to take some really decent pictures. But how do the pictures look, or how do the pictures of both of these devices compare? I'll be passing the pictures on your screen so you can take a look and pick which one is better. Now in terms of camera performance, there's something I've noticed between both of these devices. The Redmi Note 8 is always on the cooler side, while the Nokia is always on the warmer side. But despite the fact that the Nokia has a 16 megapixel main camera, which is what I shot with most of the time, the images here appear much sharper than they do on the Redmi Note 8. So I'm just going to show you both side by side, and I'll also put it on your screen so you can see how well both of these phones perform. One other thing is that the images on the Nokia seems more saturated than what you have on the Redmi Note 8. Nokia seems much sharper, but the bokeh on the Redmi Note 8 is just very much on point. So that's it. There you have it. Camera comparison between both of these devices. I prefer the sharp images on this one, but if you're looking to get that super sweet bokeh effect, you should go for the Redmi Note 8. So in terms of build quality, both these phones look absolutely good and they feel very good in hands as well. Both phones are made from plastic on the sides, but this is made with some sort of polycarbonate material that's really strong. This is just plastic that's covered with some sort of silver coating. Now in terms of pricing, the Nokia 6.2 goes for 72,000 naira, that's $200, and the Redmi Note 8 Pro goes for 82,900 naira, which is just about $215 to $220 depending on where you are. Both these phones are good, and picking one of these phones is really difficult because I love what both of them offers. This comes with MIUI and this comes with Android One. Now the Nokia proposition is that you will get software updates for 2 years and security patch updates for 3 years, which is a great thing. For the Redmi Note 8 Pro, you will definitely get upgraded to Android 10, but when, I do not know, and there is no calendar for that timeline itself. So getting either of this phone should come down to personal preference. So guys, if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comment section of this video, and if you'd like to see more videos like this in future, please hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.